putting in the work and has come onto the scene similar to how Christian did, right? A little noisy, very visible, but when you talk to him, he is putting in the work. He is drilling. He is self-aware and he's hungry. He is very appreciative of the moment, and I think he's going to have a really bright future in the next 2 or 3 years.
To the final in Daytona Beach in singles, and there's a heavy rip from Zane Ford, inside out.
1-0-1. Second serve.
And that's a nice spot from QD early. Second serve for Ford and Delgado.
An interesting backstory, Michelle, in my opinion, is I was talking with Zane a few weeks before the draft, and he kind of shared why he made that tennis to pickleball conversion. And Kwong and him grew up playing tennis together, juniors, playing elite tennis. And so when he saw Kwong actually get his shot on the Ranchers in that DC debut,
that's awesome.
He was like, I'm all in.
That's
and he started his journey. So very small world here within the world of rackets, tennis, and pro pickle.
There's the danger of the lefty to Q's wing. He got the heavy driving from Q, and then Pablo Tellez gobbling up the pop-up in the middle.
2-1-1.
And there's the slapper you spoke of in the open for James Delgado. 21 years old.
2-1-2.
Needs to join the North Carolina crew over in Jack Sock neck of the woods. Nice heavy drive from Tellez, and unwinding the stack creates those kind of openings.
3-1-2.
And that's kind of 2025 men's pickleball in a nutshell, right? Crash and bash, big rips. For good or bad, that's what it is, and there's a lot of folks shining in that, and then there's a lot of folks who've played for 3-4 years needing to make adjustments to that style.
1-3-1. Second serve. 1-3-2.
Nice. Zane Ford handled somewhat of an angled return, too, while running in the opposite direction to set himself up.
So athletic. Cat-like from left to right. Just really, you see that on the singles court and still brings it out in doubles.
Cut. Point. 3-3-2. Side out. Three, 3-1.
I mean, driving and crashing from Kwong Duong as usual.
Such a fun contrast of styles. 10 minutes ago, we had, hit a drive, then reset and work the point in the kitchen, and now we've got the average rally length of 3.5 shots.
Zane Ford, so creative, putting that Ernie pressure on.
4-3-2.
Ooh.
Point.
Tried the attack off the bounce, not successful. The right ball to pull.
No. Ambitious, down at your feet, leaning back. Pablo's statically there, ready for hits. He knows. But easier said than done to internalize what you should do more often than not on championship court, trying to make a name for yourself.
Wow, it's a beautiful ball from Pablo Tellez, and we are happy to see him in full recovery. Was in a bad car accident not too long ago and got a little banged up. Had to pull out of singles in Mesa.
Side out. Three, 6-1. No. It's just a service warning, okay? No, sir. Play.
And Pablo has a pretty valid point there. I mean,
Call the score. It's too high.
okay.
Your release, yes.
So the
It gets
release
your
is
weight
too
carried.
high anyways. Okay, I got it.
Here we go.
Pablo Tellez is like, why are you stopping me before I even
Yeah.
contacted?
Pablo, you better respect Howard. I love that man.
I know, Howard's one of the good ones.
Point. Yes, sir. 7-3-1.
Grindy points and a heavy dink from Q. Use it.
9-3-1.
Not sure I saw that ball close to being in.
Second serve. Nine, 3-2.
Ooh, the one knee from
Wow,
Pablo.
wow, and he gets it. Great defense from Tellez.
Game point. 10-3-2.
Not that time, though. Zane Ford had the edge.
And Zane's taller than you think. I think he's
6'3".
6'3".
That's what it says.
I mean, then I'm 6 foot.
Good ball.
In shoes, maybe.
3-10-1.
That hair, though. He's got the hair bump.
Second serve.
Yep, that's his height listed on the PPA Tour website, 6'3".
3-10-2.
But you know what? They rostered me at Michigan Volleyball at 5'7", and I was only 5'4", so happens.
Side out.
I love that for you, though. I love that. I used to say I have 6 foot energy, but now I may just have to say I'm 6 foot.
Yeah, just claim it. Bald hair doesn't help you
10-3-1.
gain any inches. Game point for Duong and Tellez. And it's deep, and a good lead. Pablo Tellez and QD run away with the first, 11-3. A good fight from Ford and Delgado, but that left against Jaime Martinez-Vic and Augie Gunn the next round. We'll see if Zane Ford and James Delgado can formulate some adjustments. That's deep, and if you could coach that bench for Ford and Delgado, two young talents, what would you say against two guys you know very well?
I think it's a good take by James, but that was all set up by a really nice finesse drop. You're not going to be able to blow through these guys. Pablo and Kwong have shown they're moving their feet, they're tracking the ball, and they've been able to handle the heat before. So they're going to have to try to get to the kitchen a little bit more unless they catch them on the unwind.
Side out.
And I'd say to Zane specifically, like balls below the net,
0-0-1.
off the bounce, probably a no-go zone right now. Show that you can dink and earn that high ball flick like there we talked about. you got bailed out because that Ernie was not going to work.
1-0-1.
Oh, he's a scrapper, that Zane Ford. Look at him go.
Way to play a big left there.
2-0-1.
And his eyewear kind of reminds me of the 3D goggles you would get at like a Universal
Cinemax
Studios
or
a Cinemax for a 3D movie.
The blue and red.
Yeah.
Good hands. Really good hands on that down the line cover.
Yeah.
You can see how solid James is. Like, I think they have to trust each other that they can hang at the kitchen. You're certainly going to get a lot of pressure from Q rolling, but if you half volley and cut that off, it's a little bit. Oh, the third shot lob. Come on.
AJ Kohler would be thrilled.
This is not championship court rec. We are in a main draw match, men. But again, I think I haven't been around the game as long as some of our colleagues, but it gets beaten out of you if you don't do this. Hopefully, you don't do this in year 2 or 3. But every aggressive, vibrant male tries this stuff.
Wow. And a simple reset for Q and Pablo, earning the right back to the kitchen to hold off the pressure.
1-3-1.
Wow. Catches Delgado off guard.
I like Zane taking balls out of the air, but those are just kind of too ploppy of a slice volley there.
2-3-1.
Queuing it up for Q.
Second serve. Two, 3-2. Side out.
Sometimes it can take months or even 10, 15 tournaments for folks to realize that, like, when it's not there, it's not there.
Yeah.
Right? When respect a good shot. When someone has hit a drop and it's down at your feet, that's a good shot. A good shot isn't just good. It brings pressure. It makes you make a decision. And so respecting that
Second serve.
is really important for kind of leveling up your game.
3-2-2. Side out. Two, 3-1.
Ooh, that was such a good
Second
serve from Pablo, too, right on the corner.
2-3-2.
Wow.
There you go.
Side out.
Great reach in from Zane Ford.
You know, for the folks at home, you know, we had a third shot lob. We've had step back, speed ups from our feet. Like,
3, 2, 1.
that's the ball you want. That's the ball you want 6 or 7 times. That if you work the point, you can potentially get even at this level playing the ace seed. Wow, James.
Oh, didn't matter, but what a get from the baseline for James.
Three, 2-2.
Brief apology from QD.
Side out.
Welcoming the pop-up chance he created.
3. 2-3-1. Second serve. 2-3-2.
Ooh, ooh. You can see the similar styles between Q and Zane, as you pointed
can hear
out.
the
Yeah,
similar styles too.
It's fun to watch. Very engaged.
I mean, another reality, I think, even at this stage of pro pickleball, is that a large percentage of the battle of being an early entrant onto the scene is marketing. Having awareness amongst other players that you're good, high potential, a good teammate, good partner, as well as making it work on brand sponsorship business-wise, right? Like, and I think sometimes Zane or certainly Christian and others catch some flack, and I think that's a little bit out of insecurity that they're willing to put themselves out there. They want to be great, but it's a journey to get there, and so they really build their brand and journey and allow you to follow through.
Point.
Not a far commute for Zane Ford from here. Has a lot of home fans on his side today. Ooh, surprise. And then surprise again.
Side out.
Pablo telling Q, we got to get to the kitchen. That's the veteran response there. They know they have an advantage there. Zane's doing a good job of, on these fourth balls, being aggressive in the middle.
Second serve. Two, 4-2. Side out. 4-2-1.
Off the tape and a break. One last try for Ford and Delgado.
4-2-2. Side out. Four, 1.
Too good. Zane Ford on it.
2-4-2.
No way. It was wide, just outside the line, I believe. Might be worth a challenge. I think it was.
James was quick to call it out. And I defer to folks not trying to ruffle too many feathers by hooking on center court when they're new to the tour. That applies to most, not all.
4-2-1. Second serve.
So you're saying it happens more on the outer courts?
Outer courts, or there's a select few individuals that are not
4-2-2.
Not that shy.
About hooking?
Politically correct term for hooking. Nice. That's a nifty ATP.
Unbelievable.
The patience and belief to think that that was traveling wide enough that's a smart one.
That's what separates Zane Ford from the rest. He's fearless. Look out for this kid in the future. If nothing else, we'll be right back. Zane Ford.
I'd like to see Zane just not come over and try to rip that third shot drive. He's put into the tape too much, but otherwise, a really good adjustment so far.
Side out.
Maybe we should speak louder, Michelle.
2-5-1.
They only allow us in the arena after the matches, unfortunately.
Second serve. 2-5-2. Point.
I think I saw that in as well. We'll see. Challenge immediately was called by Zane Ford.
1.
It's a good look, though. It's a great look. Good slice dink. And that's what, you know, some of the veterans know. They know that was a good look. We're not going to be perfect, but let's try to earn that again.
Right out.
Great redirection from Pablo Tellez to cause the pop-up. Backhand punch to the feet of Zane Ford. Not an easy shot to control.
5-1. Point. 3-5-1.
A little Jack Sock-esque with that forehand. And then Zane Ford goes into the net. After a feathery touch, QD could barely track down. Another look at it.
4-5-1. Second serve.
And that's where Pablo needs to step it up. A little too aggressive on some of the thirds.
4-5-2.
Just make him hit. Make him hit and you'll be able to get in.
Nice.
Right out.
Initiate from Zane Ford, cleaned up by James Delgado.
5-4-1. Second serve.
A lot of the same play. Had the idea straight ahead on Tellez to the hip. Instead, it goes into the net.
5-4-2. Point.
Missed return will help
Rare.
this team off 5.
That is so rare from Kwong on the return. Those guys are such experts. You watch them
6-4-2.
courtside. I mean, watching pro pickleball in person changes your whole concept of what consistency means.
100%. Nice, beautiful play again. Zane Ford springs for the offense.
7-4-2.
Oof, that one hurts.
I really like James's presence on court. You know, like, it's a nice contrast, but he's certainly, from what I've seen in the last 2 tournaments, he's just here. You know, he's not. I don't think he's intimidated. I don't think he's just overconfident. He's here. He can play with these guys. He knows it, and it's going to take some time for everyone to fully realize that.
Simple counter. And Pablo Tellez knows the hole he left available.
And one of the best things, Michelle, about MLP, in my opinion, is that you're immediately just placed into the arena, right? It's not partner dependent to work up to find, you know, 3 matches in a day to be in the quarterfinals. Like, you are playing high-level ball immediately, and he's been given the chance on the Las Vegas Night Owl. So it'll be interesting to see if James is gonna show there, and I believe he will.
Oh, so close and so far.
6-7-2.
Wow, that's a poach from Pablo Tellez. Emotional response too. In a slump no longer. Tie game, 7 apiece.
Timeout receiver, 7-7-2.
Tying it up ahead of the break.
Come in. 7-7-2.
Nice counter to the corner from Zane Ford right out of the gate. The Zaniac fans are pleased.
7-7-1.
In honor of Dave Fleming and Pittsburgh, we got to shout out Zane.
Point.
Heavy drive to follow up a statement volley to earn the side out.
8-7-1. Second serve.
We haven't had quite the string of upsets like we did yesterday in mixed, but we've got an
8-7-2.
upset brewing just to the left of us. Andreas Silstrom and his partner Sergey taking down Tyson and Deckel in game one.
Side out.
The 4 seed. Deckel and Rachel Rohrbacher knocked out early in the first round yesterday.
7-8-1.
No one is safe.
Not in today's game. Just wait for another few years. The youngsters get in the mix.
Point.
Another lob from Zane Ford. Missed chance.
8-8-1.
Drive and crash. Pablo Tellez finishing off the heavy driving from Quang Duong.
9-8-1.
Down the line push from Delgado. Here's Duke Duong. You got to coach alongside for
92.
majority of the Texas Rangers season, I'm sure. Nice.
Poach Tellez coming to life today.
Match point. 10-8-2. Side out.
Pure survival at match point. And the Zane fans remain hopeful.
8-10-1. Second serve. 8-10-2.
Last try to close the gap. Wow, it's like Kwong is looking at himself
Fearless.
across the net.
Fearless.
Zane Ford with a heavy serve, heavy drive, and a heavy close.
That's why he went premier, even though the body of work
9-10-2.
doesn't necessarily compare to some of the other ones. He's high upside and he's fearless. He wants to do it. He wants to be the guy, and that's very much what we've seen in Q early last year.
That's a big response from Q, speaking of which. And yeah, Zane Ford was taken at 16 from the New York Hustlers in the free agency draft.
I know Corey's listening right now. He's very happy with that
Yeah.
pick.
I think you got a steal at that.
10-9-1.
Him and Donald Young are going to be a high upside. Wow, what a get from Q.
Serve. Match point. 10-9-2.
Oh boy, Down it goes, Zane Ford and James Delgado survive another few match points. Now 2 tries to tie it up. Zane Ford's family is upon us in the crowd.
Nine, 10, 1.
That's deep.
I mean, that takes
guts.
that takes guts to change up your hard and effective serve to be a softball at 9-10. That is, again, fearless Ford.
Like
10,
that.
10, 1.
Undercut serve too. Why not mix up the tempo? And just like that, Ford and Delgado earn game point to extend this to 3.
I mean, this championship court is certainly for James and
11,
Zane right
10,
now.
1.
Oh, it's out. Delgado commands the kitchen with full force. To a 3rd game we go after saving 3 match points against. The youngsters climb back into this one. It is
Patient to get there, and Zane and James has shown that they can create some pressure with their dinks and their angles, and Zane playing big on the line, so
Point.
gotta have some patience though.
1-0-2.
Wow, really good spot there on the crash from Pablo, and Zane able to get out of that with the forehand on the right hip. That is one of the toughest shots in real time to adjust to.
yeah, especially at that speed. What a drop. Oh my. An unbelievable drop from Zane Ford is met with an unmatched angle from QD.
How do you like that roll?
0-1-2.
Yeah.
Right out.
It's one way to get a ball through the middle.
Again, that upset
Lofty hop
brewing.
speed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tyson Deckel Forsey down in game 2, 3-5. Still a little bit early, but they're being pressed.
Point.
Yeah, they dropped the first game too, so we'll keep an eye on
2-0-1.
that. Oh, just deep, and Zane Ford will challenge this one too. He wasn't wrong at all on the other one, so we will see and take a closer look as soon as we have it.
I mean, this has been the month of Martin Emmerich.
Yep, their free challenge intact.
Side out.
Nice. Clean exchange at the kitchen.
0-2-1.
Delgado is on it, shaking his head too. Can't go there. The backhand too quick. Yeah, they do.
And the fans believe
1-2-1.
right now.
Oh, just as fast on the
Second serve.
counter as Tellez with a smirk.
One, 2-2.
Oh,
Wow.
my. I mean, barely got to the line thinking maybe that ball's
Yeah.
in, and then hits a winner.
It's so Q-like. Like no one thinks to rip that from midcourt
Yes.
2-2-2.
on your backhand side, and Q2 is coming.
what a scrap. Oh, through the middle it goes. Zane Ford and Delgado on another level. You love to see them finding their confidence midway through the third. Unbelievable get from Kwong and through the middle. That's what ended the play.
3-2-2.
Oh no, and a let cord. So Pablo and Q were 3 opportunities away from closing the match in 2, and now feeling a little vulnerable here in game 3. Zane is everywhere.
I mean, it feels almost like the Spider-Man meme where
Yes.
Q's looking at Zane. That's the same vocal, aggressive, in-your-face power that he brought to so many within MLP and the tour last year.
5-2-2.
Much needed hold for Tellez and Duong. They'll get the ball back and avoid changing ends in a 4-point hole there. We'll see what they can do on the serving side.
2-5-1.
Oh my, he can't
serve.
miss.
That was wristy.
Risky or risky? Or both.
2-5-2.
Delgado isolating Q out on the line.
James is giving the grunt now, so all momentum on the young guys.
5-2-1.
Wow.
Timeout, change in, 6-2-1.
And change lead of 4 points for Zane Ford and into the next round. And so far, putting out an amazing performance. He was on your board, you said, in Major League Pickleball.
Time in.
Came to the draft. Curious to know
6-2-1.
the upside of this kid after this point. Little wild.
Second serve.
Yeah, there are a few things that I don't think you can truly develop, and I think fearlessness and work ethic are so present there.
The intangibles.
And you can just feel it if you're around the game. And you see him on site or you see him on socials. You can
Side out.
You can do it. And then when you talk with him, he's a good kid. He's not nearly as loud as the apparel or the glasses or the grunts. He's just
2-6-1.
wants to be good and knows that this is his opportunity to do it. And you know, I think a lot of the rest will shake out in time.
Second serve.
Yeah, he's unfazed by the big moments, too. I think that's a big intangible.
2-6-2.
Like, can't teach that. Wow, a driving crash off a lob recovery.
Three, 6-2.
This is just chaos.
I know. Inside out, shovel out of the air, and Zane Ford with a head nod, too.
6-3-1.
Oh,
Second
denied
serve.
by the
Good defense
tape. Yeah, I
from
love
Pablo,
the resets.
man. 2 quick strikes in a row there. The other thing that stands out is, you know, tennis isn't the end-all be-all. It's not the solve. It's certainly, again, we talk about all the time. It's the accelerant. But some of the high-level tennis guys don't necessarily have hand speed or touch, you know, and that's really hard to move the needle on no matter how much you
receiver,
focus. So if you
7-3-2.
got it, you got it.
Right, and I would say Zane.
Time in.
Wow.
James Ignatowicz,
What a tournament.
2. I mean,
Side out. Three, 7-1.
So when you're playing against
serve.
yourself, essentially.
yeah, truly an hour-long Spider-Man meme video.
3-7-2.
Woo. Good dodge from Pablo Tellez.
I mean, incredible defense for Q and Pablo to stay in that. And again, the simplest strategy of all, just above the net and in the court.
4-7-2.
Make him hit another.
Side out. Seven, 4-1. Second serve. Seven, 4-2.
Heavy drive from Zane Ford to the backhand corner of Pablo Tellez.
8-4-2.
Oh, lost it.
Side out.
Off his paddle. Zane Ford saying one more hold, trying to keep his partner engaged with him. Pablo Tellez back
4-8-1.
to serve now for 2.
Point.
A couple of tight misses for Delgado. We'll see if those become costly.
5-8-1.
High to the forehand, doesn't get burned for it though, and last service chance for Quang Duong.
5-8-2.
Heavy angle off the backhand of Zane Ford. The energy and
8-5-1.
momentum and intangibles in favor of Ford. Delgado at the moment. Oh,
Second serve.
The Cape Coral crowd wants this so bad for James and Zane. I love it.
yes, they do.
I love
And
it.
a timeout
8-5-2.
called, veteran timeout called on off. It's a lot easier than it is like on paper,
8-5-2.
to your point, and then also just watching on TV. Seeing it live is a whole other animal. Wow, countered right back, and empty trip for Ford and Delgado. Meanwhile, Duong and Tellez looking to gain some ground.
5-8-1. Point.
Okay, the errors mounting on the opposing side. Off of
6-8-1.
5 for Q and Pablo. Oh, what an Ernie. Pablo Tellez takes off, slaps it down, and gets the crowd involved. Take another peek. And that's how you Ernie, folks.
7-8-1. Second serve. Seven, 8-2.
Oh, the middle is open again. Pablo Tellez shading a bit to his right. Cue to recover in time.
That's a nice little signal that Zane's got that finesse, but also self-control, right? He's taken it to Pablo's shoulder, neck, body quite a few times with success, but changing that up is a really good sign of what's to come.
Second serve.
Almost repaid the Ernie favor to Pablo, too.
8-7-2.
The thing I want to call attention to, Michelle, you know, that drive is so effective because there's shape, right?
Yeah.
It's moving 6 inches or a foot down below the net after it crosses it, and that's what makes it hard to handle. You may not be able to pick it up on the stream, but it's not force at all costs.
Oh, my. After looking so sharp all the way through, another dink into the net. And an 8-all scoreline.
8-8-1. Second serve. Eight, 8-2. But
We've got a real-time change here, so they're going to half stack. Zane's going to be on the right.
Interesting. It's deep.
This has felt like an exhibition where they're trying to cause as much chaos. Both teams just let them run and gun, let them be moving all over the place. Delgado is amazing resets.
Yeah, and he'll stay on the left. So you have to wonder why that switch was made and why it's worked.
Yeah. Different look, and James has really kind of solid strokes here on the third. So
match point for Ford and Delgado. Ooh. Oh, no, it's a foot fault on Tellez. Zane Ford and James Delgado take the match and pull off.